And especially, as I mentioned before, I have a new engine, a new transmission, so I should be good to go. I should be able to stay within my $1,000 budget quite easily. I'm just so used to living on a budget. I think it's a healthy practice for all of us to do that. And so I don't go crazy, but it's just satisfying.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Mike.
Hello.
And Mike's in a nice older Dodge van and a vintage trailer. Nice setup.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it.
And how long have you been on the road?
Well, from 1980 to 1995, but then I tried regular life for a while and I didn't like it. So 2017, I bought this van. Part of the reason I live on the road is, as many others do, it's a mental health thing for me. It's just a lot healthier. But then I bought the trailer in 2018, but it was in bad shape. So 2020 I started working on it, and I've been working on it ever since. But I'm pretty much done. So it's been a labor of love.
So did you go full time in 20 or 17?
Yes, I started in 17. And then I had a house and my renters moved out, so I took a little bit of a break to work on this in 2020, and then I sold my house in 2021, and I've been on the road ever since then, and you know, just plan to keep doing it.
And so how are you supporting yourself on the road?
I've been on disability for a long time, since 2010, and I have both physical and mental challenges, and I used to work a lot for the meditation retreats and do that, and you know, some paid and some for trade for room and board, and so basically I just live on disability and as a nomad, and you know, I pick up work occasionally, and it's mostly I like helping people out, but this lifestyle, as you know, and all your listeners and viewers know, it's a lot cheaper than sticks and bricks.
So do you mind if I ask how much you are living on?
It's probably $1,200 a month, something like that. You know, you have Social Security, then you have, sometimes they take money out of it for Medicare, and
right.
So it's, you know, it's safe to say $1,000 a month.
So yeah, if you're living on $1,000 a month, it's hard to live on much less than that.
Yeah, and gas, of course, but again, I've had a lot of practice, so I like to eat well and stuff like that, but it's manageable for me. You know, I don't feel poor. Just my quality of life and standard of living is, you know, especially on $1,000 a month, it's hard to beat it, because this is so comfortable to live in.
Right.
I don't even call it camping, because it's just like a tiny house. You know, I poop in a bucket and I pee in a bottle and I shower outside, but I couldn't be happier. My parents are really tired of hearing that, but yeah, it's a great way to live.
Well, is it all right if we take a look around?
Sure, you bet. This is a fridge freezer, a 12-volt or 110. I just love this thing. And I don't use it all the time, but I use it quite a bit. And that blue tub is both a sink and a shower. It's Hoolca, Joolca.
Yeah.
You know, I have so much camping equipment. I can set up outdoor kitchens, and I use these coolers for storage. And of course, I still have to wear nice clothes every once in a while, and my extra propane tank. And you know, a lot of Americans, they love their trucks, but oh my God, the van is just, I really like it.
And most of them put a cap on it, and then they've got a van.
Yeah.
But they can't reach it from the front.
Yeah, but I have side access.
Right.
And, you know, I wish these were swing doors, but they're not, so I just deal with that. And, you know, up top I have stuff that I just don't have to get to very often. I have one solar panel on top and 3 on the side, so I have 2 solar systems, one for my van, and then one for my trailer.
So you have 400 up here on the van.
And 600 on the trailer, so that's 1,000. I could run a house.
Yeah, you sure can.
So, and I have 2 100 amp hour batteries, lithium in the van, and 3 in the trailer. So I have unlimited electricity.
So basically this is your garage and storage.
Yeah, it's because I have a lot of tools that I still use if I work, and I have 3 kayaks, a stand-up paddleboard, tons of camping equipment, you know, outdoor kitchen, shower, all that stuff. And yeah, so this is like a storage container on wheels. But I try to watch my weight, you know, and I have everything I need now, so it's a matter of, you know, winnowing down. I have 12 4-gallon BPA-free water jugs, so I can carry 48 gallons of water in my van and I can go get it. So you can see it's really easy, and then I just refill. I have a 20-gallon tank in the trailer, and it's in the back, so I watch because of sway. And you can see I have quite a sway bar system.
Yes.
This is only a 16-foot trailer tongue to tail, but I had an extension built on the back, and so there's a little bit more weight back there than I should have. So I have a little bit of sway, but with the sway bar system, it's because as many of your viewers know, and if they don't, trailer sway can be really dangerous.
Very.
You don't want that. So I have very little now.
So tell us about your trailer.
It's a 1966 Kenwood. It's what they call a vintage trailer, and it was in rough shape when I bought it, but I just took it completely apart, and I used what was existing as best I could, but I liked it because structurally it's something I could work on and improve. And I really braced it up and fixed it up, and I love it. It's more, the more traditional, newer RVs, it's just not my style. And as all the nomads know, it's different strokes for different folks. We just all have our different preferences of what we like, and this really works well for me. It's like a tiny house. It's a one-person trailer, though. I mean, two could maybe, but you'd have to get along pretty well. And
Let's take a look inside.
yeah, it's comfortable. And I can seat 3, I can even seat 5, but I use that other side for storage. And I'm a meditator, you can see, so I have like an altar. I have a meditation chair that's in one of my closets. So, and this is actually, it's a new stove. It's actually for a house or an apartment. I had an RV stove in here, but I replaced it with this, and because I love fish, so this has a broiler, and I have 2 MaxxAir fans in the ceiling. And then also there's an exhaust fan above the stove. And of course I have a propane and a carbon monoxide detector. And then of course I have storage up here, just plenty of storage. And I have a very robust kitchen. And then you can see I have a huge heater.
Yeah.
And
it's a Wave 8, I think.
yeah, I should have got it for a 6.
That's a lot for this smaller trailer.
Yeah, so sometimes it's like, driving a convertible with the top down and the heat on. I'll kick the door open, but sometimes it chases me out of here, so I don't use it too much. And then I saw your review, because I got these dark screens when I was in Tucson last winter, but they restrict the airflow, so I was getting hot. So I installed this heat pump. I didn't need more heat, but it's air conditioner, and I vented it, and I just have this here. This screen I left regular because it lets in more light, but also I put this box fan here, and it works great. It just draws air in through the window. And then I have 2 closets. One I call a utility closet, because there's a water heater in here that's instant, and so I have unlimited hot water. And then there's clothes in front of it, and it's all vented also. And then the lower part is my pantry, so it's full of food. And I made a bathroom in here. There's a full shower, but I don't use it. I use it more as a closet. And I keep my poop bucket in here, and my meditation chair. And I have to go through it and reorganize it, but I love having this closet. And it's so easy. I've experimented. I had a cassette toilet for a while, but getting it in and out of here, and they're heavy.
Yeah.
And I saw you just did a review of composting toilets, and the bucket, it works best for me.
It does for me too.
I don't have black or gray water tanks, except I do have this tank for my sink. And it's plumbed, and then I keep track either by weight or sound. And then I don't use much soap. And again, I try to be very conscientious about how I deal with my waste. Full-size fridge. I think if I had it to do over, I would go to a compressor fridge, because they're making really good ones nowadays.
So what is this?
But this is a 3-way.
Okay.
It's 110, 12 volt, which I use when I drive. In fact, it's on the batteries right now. And but I usually use propane. And I have 2 10-gallons on the front, and so that's 20 gallons, and then I have another 10-gallon in the van, and that's plenty. you know, a tank will last me a couple months. I have a TV, I don't use it too much because I use my iPad and my iPhone, and you know, they're making so many nice products now. It's easier to be a nomad now as compared to when I did it in the 80s, because there's so much more new equipment.
Yes.
You know, we're active online, so we all learn a lot. I've learned a lot from you. In fact, that's my emergency corner. I have a scanner, emergency weather radio, first aid kit, of course, air horn, whistles, bear spray is right by the door. So I use the non-lethal, you know, I haven't had any trouble.
Woodwork you've done in here is fantastic.
I caught it just in time, and and I've done a lot of that, so I refinished everything, and then these seam strips were thin, but I switched them out. These are just, you know, inexpensive lumber, 1.5 by 1.5, but it really gave a lot of structural integrity to the trailer, and it also, you know, enabled me to put hooks up more easily, and it made it look like either the inside of a boat or a cabin, or you know, and it's I have nothing against white, but I'm a sucker for wood grain. Some people think this is tile, so I let them, and I'm just kidding, but it's peel and stick, and it's fun, as you know, everybody knows, you know, you're going 60, 65 miles an hour down the road. It's like an earthquake in here, so everything has to be secure, and I find hair ties are really great, and you know, for my spice rack, and fishing line is another thing that I've used. It was a 3/4 inch floor, and it was in pretty good shape. I had water damage on every corner, but I repaired that. And then I put another 1/2 inch subfloor, and then a vapor barrier, and then this vinyl floor. I have real money invested in this. I mean, the initial cost was low, but you know, things added up over time. But now I'm done, I'm hoping. And especially, as I mentioned before, I have a new engine, a new transmission in the trailer, in the van, excuse me. So I should be good to go. I should be able to stay within my $1,000 budget quite easily. And again, I have savings.
You're not out here to suffer. You want to enjoy life.
No, but I'm just so used to living on a budget. I think it's a healthy practice for all of us to do that. And so I don't go crazy, but it's just satisfying. So I did the South Dakota route for domicile, and I have a mail service there, but Bob, I just don't get much mail. And so, you know, this was a new door on the front door, and then the same company, I got this door. This is my refill for my water tank. Super easy. Just empty the jugs, and of course, I can stick a hose in there too. And this has been a really nice addition because I use it as a workspace, and you can see I have vents for the heat pump, but there's so much dust, so I just put these on here, and these are magnets. So if I'm running it, this is the intake and this is the outtake. I was amazed how much heat it kicks out.
Yes.
You know, I'm not a carpenter or a plumber, but my skills have gotten a lot better. And it's fun because, you know, everything's custom. You know, it's like living in a budget. They're life skills. It's just, you know, it's nice to be able to do your work yourself. And I put a new axle on this too, which was a really smart investment because it lifted it 4 inches, so I have ground clearance. I didn't have ground clearance before because, you know, as many of you know, a lot of places you go, you got to have enough. And of course, you can see all the solar on the side of the van. You know, I watch costs, but it's a little redundancy, you know, and plus solar was new to me, so I didn't really know what I was doing, and I did all the work myself except for the solar. I had help with that. And also, it's a fiberglass paint on the roof, which is special, so I rolled that on. But to be honest, I used rattle cans, spray paint. I painted my whole van and my trailer, because I got a quote on the van. They wanted $5,000 to paint my van, and so I did it for less than $500. And you know, it's not perfect, but I went to great lengths sealing things up for, like, vapor barriers are very important for condensation, but also, you know, trailers are notorious for leaking. So, and it's amazing. There's probably 500 or 1,000 screws on this thing, but butyl tape and caulk, and I used a rubberized tape around all my window frames, and that was an advantage. It was a lot of work, but basically tearing the whole thing apart, fixing everything and putting it all back together, you know, it was expensive and time consuming, but in the end, I have a really nice, functional, comfortable,
You do.
tiny home.
It's exceptional.
Thank you. I'm just rooting for all of you that are out there doing it yourselves, and I also want to send a shout out to my family and my friends. So here's to friends and family.
Mike, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
For sharing your home. It's just amazing. You've done fantastic work. Just really beautiful. So folks, if you got anything out of this video, and I know you did, then like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.